Mr. Yacob-El, the package is here under the Osaya. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm talking about. Let me tell you that there's some things that are about to come to you, and I don't care what the enemy would try to do, they're going to find you. Listen, they can't be delivered nowhere else. You understand what I'm saying? It can't be held up past the time. God has a designated time to bless you. God has a designated time to move for you. This is the time that God is going to do it. Listen, don't you be fooled by nothing dead anymore. Oh, Shabbat. Listen, you don't be fooled by a dead relationship, a dead man, a dead woman. Listen, dead is just dead. In Deuteronomy chapter 12, starting in verse 2, you must destroy all the places where the nations you are disposing serve their gods, whether on high mountains, on hills, or under some leafy tree. Break down their altars and smash their standing stones to pieces. Burn up their scattered poles and cut down the carved images of their gods. Exterminate their name from the place. Ushaba. That's what I'm talking about. See, you got people that want to do halfway with you. And listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. We're living in a time right now where, listen, the enemy will try to take even the children's mind. Listen, let me tell you something. He's taking everybody's mind now. Everybody's thinking about a party. Everybody's thinking about a fun time. Everybody's thinking about everything about how good God's been. Oh, Diasha, how good God's been. Let me tell you something. Even in your young age, you got to examine dead things. Oh, Shabbat. Listen, let me tell you, the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. What? Through Jesus Christ. Oh, Shabbat. I'm telling you right now, there is a penalty on sin. Oh, Shabbat. And that penalty on sin under the Messiah is death. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. No, there's no one righteous. Oh, Shabbat. But thanks be unto God for his grace and his mercy. Under the Messiah, I can stand today and shake and say, okay, God, I'm about to take everything to the curb. Well, what do you mean, Zuri? I'm taking you out to the curb. I'm taking you out of my life. I'm taking you out of my heart. I'm taking you out of my space. I'm taking you out of my conversation. Look, my tongue no longer talks about you. Oh, Shabbat. See, I'm taking you out of my sight, out of mind. That's right. Listen, you thought it was funny. Oh, Shabbat. You thought it was temporary. Nah, but you just like that Christmas tree. You going to the curve. Oh, Shabbat. That's right. Yeah, I've known you for a while. See, that tree, you get it around in a month and it starts looking. You recognize it and you can see what it looks like and this and that. And you give it all the different accolades. Oh, Shabbat. It does this, it does that for you. You understand what I'm saying? But the reality of it's just a dead symbol. Oh, Shabbat. It represents death. That's what it is, and that's what it is. Listen, and then you got the other people that got the artificial trees. Well, it's unique for them. Now, some of them say that because they don't like the pines and they just throw this and that away. You understand what I'm saying? They put it away. They either donate it or put it back up the next year. But I'm going to tell you something about them too. Now, I'm not talking about everybody, but the reason why you got artificial trees, because guess what? Most of the things in them people is just artificial. Oh, Shabbat. You ever had somebody that did, look, let me tell you something. They say they love you and you don't feel love. Oh, Shabbat. You got people that want you to be one thing in their life and listen, and they're doing another thing. Oh, Shabbat. And none of the things work and come together. Why? Because it's just an artificial relationship. It's an artificial thing. It doesn't represent life. Oh, Shabbat. Listen, it never lived nor died. It's just artificial. It's make pretend. Oh, Shabbat. So you may pretend you had a friend. Oh, Shabbat. You may pretend you were in a relationship. Oh, Shabbat. You were making pretend you were doing good business. Under the Messiah, you were talking about this, that, and the other, and the blessings, and this and that, and so on. And guess what? It was just all artificial. Nothing that you said meant anything. It was just a put on. You understand what I'm saying? God is moving by his spirit. I'm almost done. In the book of Judges, chapter 9, chapter 9. But listen, let me tell you something. It's important that you understand today that you begin to examine and move some things out of the way. You know, I was talking to a good friend of mine yesterday, and one of the things I was talking to the brother about was, I said to him, I asked him a question. So now, are we ready to put this brother away and trust God? He didn't say anything. Oh, Shabbat. See, we're living in a time where you're going to be challenged on who you trust. If you put your confidence in man, you're going to get men's results. Oh, Shabbat. And let me tell you something. Men are going to be just like that tree. Listen, it is once given unto a man to live, then to die. Just like that tree, you better believe me, it's not a lie. You're going to end up on a curve. Oh, Shabbat. That's right. You're going to end up on that tree. Everybody's not a George Washington. That's right. Everybody's not a Moses or Elijah. Listen, ain't nobody, everybody's been here. They don't got history books and things like that told about them. So you got to understand what I'm talking about, why you're here and why you're gleaming under the Messiah. Allow that to be the gleam of God. Allow it to be the continence of God. Allow yourself to reach a thing. Well, guess what? I serve my purpose, oh Shabbat, and now I can go to the curve. But I didn't go to the curve as trash, oh Shabbat. I was finished under the Messiah. I finished the task under the Messiah. Yeah, a lot of people looked at me and got happy, oh Shabbat. A lot of people looked at me and they felt something good, oh Shabbat. I don't know how, but that's just what it is. You know, but you got to take dead things, take the dead stuff out to the curb. It's trash. You got to recognize what's dead in your life and take it to your trash. Take it to the trash. In Judges 9 verse 8, once the trees went out to choose a king to rule them, they said to the olive tree, rule over us. But the olive tree replied, am I supposed to leave my oil, which is used to honor both God and humanity, just to go and hold sway over the trees? So the trees said to the fig tree, you come and rule over us. But the fig tree replied, am I supposed to leave my sweetness and my good fruit just to go and hold sway over the trees? So the tree said to the grapevine, you come and rule over us. But the grapevine replied, am I supposed to leave my wine, which gives cheer to God and humanity, just to go and hold sway over the trees? Finally, all the trees said to the thorn bush, you come and rule over us. The thorn bush replied, if you really make me king over you, then come and take shelter in my shade. But if not, let fire come out of the thorn bush and burn down the cedar of Lebanon. Here's the point. Have you been honest and straightforward in making Amalek king? Have you been fair with Yacob-El and the household treated him with as he deserved? My father fought on your behalf, risking his life, and rescued you from the power of Midian, and now you are rebelling against my father's household. You've killed his 70 sons and the single stone, and made Amalek, the son of his slave girl, king over the men of Shechem, because he's your brother. I say this, if you are dealing honestly and righteously with Yacob-El as his household today, then may you enjoy Amalek and may he enjoy you, Shabbat. How are you being treated? Are you looking to see what God is saying in this time? Are you looking and are you trying to understand how God is moving in you and your time here? Are you allowing dead things to rule over you? Are you allowing dead things to control your space? Are you allowing dead things to, somebody told you had cancer? Are you allowing what you heard to bring death upon you and to control you? Is it taking up your mind, your emotions? Has it become a distraction? You know, last night we talked about how it's important to stay on guard. Now, this, to some people, you just overlooked it. But I'm telling you, the greatest creation that God made was man. God made man. And you know, he gave man the power and authority to what? To have dominion over the land and the sea, the fowl and the air. God gave us dominion. Right? And listen, now the only persons that don't focus and function in their power and their ability is man. I was telling somebody today, I said, listen, if you're in a room with a dog and you got an off spirit, the dog's ears go up, their senses right there, because they sense that there's something different in the room. You know, it's just like, so you got some dead things in your room. You got some dead things. You got some heavy things in there, and you need to take that stuff and put it to the curb. Who cares if they don't talk to you no more? Who cares? You didn't have anything anyway. It was dead anyway. It was dead anyway. Yeah, they give you accolades and try to dress you up. Hey, apostle. Hey, this. I'm just calling to check on you. I'm this. I'm that. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Oh, okay. But the reality of it is, it's just a dead situation. The motives are dead. The feelings are dead. Everything about it is just dead. It's just dead. The relationship is dead. It means nothing. It's dead. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't pray for people and this and that. But I'm telling you right now, you got to get some things out of your space. In order for you to be effective, in order for you to position yourself for purpose, you got to remove all dead things out of your life. Knowing this, that one day you will be dead. That's right. One day you're going to sleep. I done seen some anointed people. I done seen the anointed people that I've seen and have been close to me. I've seen them in boxes. I seen them. I seen there was nothing there. It was just a shell. It was a dead body. And the dead body, just like the tree, goes back to the earth. And just like that tree, they dress them up in their clothes. They put them in the coffins. They do all those things, the flowers and everything. But at the end of the day, it's dead. What are you examining tonight? What is it? What is it that you have that you need to give up? What is it that you need to put to your curb? Examine yourself in 2016. Know what God is saying to you. Now, I love all of you, and I pray that you would just get this little thing that God is saying tonight. It's not a little thing, it's a big thing, but just a short message for all of us. Throw all the dead stuff out and take it to the curb. And when you come back to that curb, that thing is gone. And that thing will never be seen again. You know that they're going to take that trash man, is going to put that tree, and he's going to put it in the trash, and you'll never see that thing again. And that's what you need to do to a lot of the things that are in your space. You need to know what time it is. Many of us, or some of us, are going to be like that tree. Some of us, we've been dressed up, we've served our purpose, and we're about to be put to the curb. Some of us are going to be replaced. It's just that time. What's going to happen if it's your time to die? What's going to happen? And I mean, I've seen people that I grew up with, young people that I work with in ministry, they're gone in the early 50s, early 40s. What's your time like? What's your timetable like? Are you going to continue to keep playing? Pay attention to the time, people. Pay attention to the time. In Exodus chapter 23, starting at verse 20. Behold, I am going to send an angel before you to keep and guard you on the way and to bring you to the place I have prepared. Be on your guard.